Hey guys, so GOSS has released some brand new goodies for us. We've got a brand new eyeshadow palette. We also have 2 new eyeliners. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to be giving you some details, giving you some swatches of everything, and then we'll end with a demo on this eye look. So why don't we go ahead and start with this luxury eye palette. It is called Pearl Moonstone, and it is in the exact same packaging and layout as his first luxury eye palette, but this one has a much cooler toned color story. Isn't that beautiful? So at the time of me filming this, I'm not positive of the price point, but I do believe it's going to be priced the same as his original luxury eye palette, which is $55. There is a total weight of 16.2 grams or 0.57 ounces, which is quite a bit. And the shelf life is 24 months. It's really small. It's 24 months. And this was made in the US. So let's go ahead and take a look at some swatches. I swatched from top to bottom and then left to right. There are no shade names for any of these shades. They're just numbered on the back. So the first one is like a light peach shade. That is a satin shade. The next one is the deeper of the 2 matte grays. Next is a lighter matte gray. It's also a teensy bit warmer than the deeper gray. Next we have a satin shade, which is like a light gray. And then we have a matte black. And then we have this beautiful, beautiful glittery, I want to call it a top coat, but it really has quite a bit of opacity to it. It's not like one of those sheer top coats. It's just gorgeous, gorgeous. So all in all, we have 3 matte shades, 2 satin shades, and then that 1 glitter shade over here. So when GOSS released his first luxury eye palette, which is the Imperial Topaz, that's this guy right here. It's like a neutral, warm leaning palette. He talked about how he wanted to make the eyeshadows not uber pigmented. He really wanted them to be of a softer pigmentation so that they were friendly across all types of skin, across all types of ages. And being 47, I really, really appreciate that. But also as someone who likes to be able to build up eyeshadows and not have to just sit there and be too careful with eyeshadows that are just overly pigmented and like just spend all my time blending them out. I prefer building up my eyeshadows. I prefer shadows that have a softer pigmentation so that I feel like I have better control over the intensity of them. And often when I think of softer pigmented eyeshadows, you know, I think of shadows that are kind of dusty, that kind of blend away. That is not the case with these shadows. These shadows are, they work beautifully. They're just softer in appearance. They just don't go on with like a ton of intensity. And again, I really appreciate that. They are very, very smooth. They work really, really beautifully. You'll see that in the demo. And the standout shadow in here, this blue glittery top coat type of shade, it also feels like like the teensiest bit soft in the pan. It's not like a putty shadow. It's not that soft, but it does feel like it has like a little bit of softness to it. Anyway, it is so gorgeous. I love it. And when it comes to these like glittery shades, I have an abundance of these kind of glittery top coats in my Tom Ford quads, in my Charlotte Tilbury quads, even in the original GOSS luxury eye palette. I have a lot of these kind of glittery top coats, and I assume you do too. They always are some sort of like gold or silver, or they have some sort of like really kind of like light touch to them where you're meant to just kind of tap it on top of your existing eyeshadow and it really doesn't change much of the look underneath. It just adds this glitter. Well, this guy has quite a bit of pigment and quite a bit of opacity. Whenever I use a shadow and I tap it on top of, you know, whatever shadow I'm tapping it on top of, it pretty much covers it up. And when it's a color that is this beautiful, I'm happy. I'm happy that it's not just this kind of like faint wash of a blue where you only see it when like the light catches it at a certain angle. Oh no, it is really, really silvery and bright and frosty and unmistakably blue. I think it is so, so beautiful. And then the 2 new Essential Eye Kohl pencils from GOSS. He has come out with basically a very dark blue and a very dark purple. I do use both of them in the demo, which you'll see. I love these Essential Eye Kohl pencils. I love that they're kohl and not gel. I think that they go on a lot more smoothly and softly. I find that they aren't quite as thick as a gel liner. I love that you can kind of smudge them out. You can apply the eyeliner and use a smudger brush and smudge it out, or you can run the smudger brush over the eyeliner and apply it. So in general, I just love these essential eye kohl pencils from GOSS. They are beautiful. I just have them out on my vanity. I kept putting them away in my collection and then just going back and just taking them back out. So now I have all of them just sitting on my vanity. Anyway, I'm so glad that he's come out with this blue and the purple. It really complements what he already has, which is the black, the brown, and then the brown that has like a little bit of a sheen to it. I think this blue and this deep purple are just perfect additions. And you'll see in these swatches here that they're really, really dark. They're really, really deep. So I think they do what they need to do in terms of like lining my eyes. They like give a little bit of depth to my lash line. They add a little bit of drama to my eye look when I add it to my waterline. So they do what they definitely need to do. They're not too light and too bright. Like I really like eyeliners that are deep, that really kind of add that extra dimension to the base of my lash line. So in my demo, I use these three shades, the peach, the lighter gray, and the like gray satin shadow. I use these three shadows and I create like a daytime look. And then I go in with these two colors and create this look, which is more, you know, like an evening cocktail hour kind of look. So I do like a day look and then I move into an evening look. So that's what we're doing in the demo. So why don't we go ahead and jump right into it? All right, I'm gonna start with the light peachy satin shade here. And I've got my Chikuhodo eyeshadow brush. It's a large flat shader brush. And I'm gonna sweep this all over the lid. So there's a nice pale peach shimmer all over my lid now. I'm gonna go in with the new Esom brush. This is the V34 brush. It's like a large blender brush. And I'm gonna go into this light gray matte shade here. And I'm gonna throw that into my outer corner. And taking any excess and dragging that into my socket line area. Next, I'm going to take my Refer 2 brush, which is a flat shader. I'm going to go into the silver satin shade down here. And I'm just going to place that between the matte shade and that peachy shimmer shade that I put down. And I'm just using that to help transition the gray into the peach. It's doing a nice job doing that. That looks really nice. So if I wanted a simple like daytime look, I would stop right here. I would just use these three colors and I get like very light dimension. I think it's a nice cool tone look. I love that peach in there. It's not too warm where it looks a little bit odd with the gray. I think it's just all goes really well together. On top of this, I would probably add one of these deeper matte shades as liner or use one of the new eyeliners and would call it a day. So of course, if you want to, you know, amp up your look, make it a little bit more fun, add a little bit of glitter, you can definitely add this top shade to it. Isn't this just such a gorgeous blue? I can't quite put my finger on what I would call this blue. It's not really a peacock blue. It's not a turquoise. It's, you know, there isn't enough green in there, I think, to make it a turquoise. In any case, it is really, really beautiful. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my finger to apply. And normally, if this was like a topper type shade, I would just kind of tap it in the center of my lid. But because this has quite a bit of base pigment in there, I think it would look a little bit weird just kind of sitting in the middle of my lid. So I'm actually gonna go over that peach area and just kind of tap this on right over all of that. Oh my God, I just love this shade. It's so beautiful. And you guys know I am not really like a blue eyeshadow fan, but there's such a metallic glint to this. It almost looks like it's just silver and then you kind of catch the blue in there. Oh, it's gorgeous. I am experiencing a little bit of fallout with that shade, just FYI. I also got some down here. This is from my finger, but I do see fallout further down on like my cheekbones there. And this is the palette that I was actually wearing when I did an Instagram Reels, when I put my black jacket on. So many of you commented that you loved my eye look, and this is what I had on, but I did do it a little differently. I used a lot more of the darker matte gray shade, and I use that kind of like to smoke out my lash line. So that was a little bit of a heavier eye look. This one is a little bit lighter, and a little bit brighter. All right, as for eyeliner, I think what I'll do is I will tight line my upper lash line with the blue sapphire, and then with the deep amethyst, I will put that in my waterline. All right, and I'm gonna tight line with the deep amethyst. I think what I am gonna do though is I'm gonna add a little bit of the deeper gray matte shade just to my lower lash line. I'm just gonna take that O2 brush that I used with this silver shade here. Just pick up a little bit and drag that along my lower lash line. All right, so there's my day to night eye look. I'm gonna go ahead and apply some mascara, throw on a little lip gloss, and I'll be right back. All right, well, here is my finished look. I will list everything that is on my face down below in my description box if you are interested. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.